Oops. Bowman 2K, how are you today, my brother? Yeah, I plan on getting your boxes out today as well. I actually went and picked up the pack material from the post office today. I'm going to try, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to fit 2 boxes in or not, but I don't know if you saw my mail call, but Knit Miser sent me the boxes in a padded flat rate, and they actually came to me in better condition than the boxes normally do. So I want to give it a test run and see if I can fit 2 in there, whether it's 1 in there. I wanted to test some stuff out, so we'll see how that goes. Either way, I'll get them out today, though. You off this morning? You working at all today, or is it your day off? Nice. Nothing like a day off, right? I forget what those are like. Once you have kids, there are no days off. So yesterday, I went to a new bank that said she'd order halves for me. And as I'm waiting in line, I really didn't expect them to be there on Monday. I was just trying to get some coin. But the truck came in as I was there, and I saw that there was half boxes. They were the bricks. And so she's like, "I got your coin," because she saw me there as well. And so I'm like, "I'll take them." I'm like, that was quick. And so I took the 2 halves and the quarter. I got a quarter box as well. And I noticed I ordered the quarters because when I saw them bring it in, they had one of the quarters that had the holes in the bottom. And those have always been really good for me. So I wanted that one, and I asked her for it. And she clearly didn't hear me because that's not what she brought out. So I figured, I'll just I'll grab it tomorrow then. And so the halves that I got were both customer rewrap. Hey, Mad Stacker and Nubs, what's up, guys? They were both customer rewraps. They had been like taped shut, so someone turned in a brick. The bank just rewrapped them, and the truck took them and delivered them to a different bank. So I was like, that sucks. So I asked her today to order me another couple boxes because those were rewraps. And then I asked for that quarter box that I wanted, and she's like, oh, yeah, we don't have any. I'm like, what? Didn't you have the one with the holes yesterday? She's like, no, I gave it to you. I'm like, no, you didn't. So they gave me customer wrap rolls today, so we'll see what happens. And she's like, you know, if you start bringing the coin back rolled like you used to, we can probably give you more coin. But if you bring them in the bags, we have to send those into Brinks, and then it takes longer for us to get stuff for you. I'm like, well, that's the exact opposite your other branch is telling me. So I'm actually going to re-roll these as I'm going through them so I can help them out and help myself out in the process. So is everybody off today or what, man? I really didn't expect too many people to show up. I figured I wasn't filming this. Oops, I'm so used to dumping it in the box. I figured since I wasn't going to film it, I might as well go live stream, and if someone swings by, someone swings by, but Tuesday seems kind of like a weird day, especially during the day. Hey, Mad Stacker, I did that mail call, and I posted your new channel link. I don't know whether you're exclusively over there or not yet, but I figured that's kind of where you wanted the juice going, so that was the link that I posted. Let me know if you want the other one instead. I'm not sure kind of what the method to your madness is right now. Oh, nice. Picking up halves for the night. Way to go, Nubs. Yeah, that's called multitasking. We all do way too much of it nowadays. Yeah, I saw that when I went to go grab the link for that new channel. You're already almost at 300. That's pretty awesome. So it looks like a nice chunk of your peeps are moving over, which is nice to see. Yeah, this monetization takes some time, so I completely get it, especially when you've got more eyeballs over on the other. You kind of got to do a sharesy, I guess, in the interim. Now, are you going to change to the Mad Stacker once it's monetized, or are you going to leave it as the maddest? Or to be determined? People are saying they're not finding a lot of prairies, man. I'm getting all kind of prairies in my boxes, just not the W's. I was really hoping that Holy box was going to be my box of uncirculated, but I'm guessing that they didn't want to give it to me because I had tapped them, so they gave me these instead. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to rewrap these and drop them off tomorrow. I actually have another box, so I'm going to drop them off 2 boxes tomorrow and see if that box mysteriously shows up or not. All right, Nubs, you have a good day. Good luck with your pickup, and pick up all the silver. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your wife. Hopefully it's not a huge procedure. It's just kind of quote unquote maintenance. It's never fun. But I'm assuming she's a young whippersnapper like you, so she'll recover probably pretty quickly. I haven't rewrapped in months. I don't miss it. That guy. Man, everybody's picking up halves today. I'm so jealous. I burnt through my 6 boxes this week. I don't get a pickup again until Thursday, late day Thursday, or it often ends up being Friday. I was really hoping the BOAs that I picked up yesterday were going to be my fix to get me through the week, but like I said, they ended up being rewraps, 2 boxes of rewraps. One was in customer wrapped rolls, the other one was one end opened and then re-put in the bank wrapped ones. Of course, there was no silver, but I did find 48 NIFCs because I am the NIFC king. One of your banks is closed still. That sucks. I'm trying to find myself a new half bank. The bank that's been supplying me with halves is closing. They're going to close in May, and the other branches are certainly not as keen to wanting to order me boxes. So I'm currently shopping for a new pickup bank or 2. So I can continue to do the halves, because I certainly enjoy them. Oh, they're closed from the freeze? It has not. That's really, wow. Would they have pipes burst or something? That's crazy. I wouldn't have thought that would really affect the banks. I mean, with snow and crap, I can understand, but I wouldn't expect them to be closed much more once they got kind of the area cleared out. You had a broken pipe, didn't you, Mad? And I think that you were in the process of trying to get it fixed. Did you finally get that all situated? Those white ones are weird. Oh, good. I'm glad you were able to get that fixed. It sucks when your house is in disorder. What's going on there? Yeah, it could be a rental, not necessarily a personal house. It still sucks. Things aren't great. It's never great. But I guess like I'm glad to hear that it wasn't your place you had to worry about fixing back up. So that makes the pain even that much more hard. W's have been really tough to find lately. I actually was kind of happy to see the customer wrap, at least from a W standpoint, because I've been doing better out of the customer boxes than the bankroll. But last night I hunted a box and I got a W. I got one W and it was like roll 47. I was like, man, this box is not going to do this to me, is it? And then it squeezed one out at the very end. I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at you. Did you have much damage from the pipe bursting, or was it just more of a hassle? These ones, man. Keep getting a bunch of these guys. The uglies. Oh, I saw that win you made. Yeah. He found a boatload in that box the other night, man. That was crazy. It's always nice to get a nice sweetie, man. I mean, that one that I found, I'm trying to remember which box it came out of, but it's probably the nicest weedy I have. When you find one that looks like a current scent that is 50 to 70 years old, it's pretty awesome. Too bad it wasn't a DDO, right? I don't know that he would have given it away, though. These coins smell like Febreze. It's pretty weird. I don't know if they went through a dryer sheet or something or what, man. She said it was from a business that was closing, so maybe it was a laundromat. Always nice to get a spot filler for sure. I love getting spot fillers. The penny challenge is going to start getting really tough because I only need wheats now. I mean, trying to upgrade some of my other coins is going to be it's starting to get really tough. I'm really shocked at how quickly I found nice examples of all the other pennies, but I've got all the spots filled. It's just upgrades, except for Wheaties, and I'm guessing those 30s and 40s are going to fill within the next handful of boxes, and then it's going to get really tough. Archaeology Mikey, welcome this morning. Or is it afternoon? No, not quite afternoon yet. Found an AU 37? That's amazing. I thought it said 87 at first. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. 37, that's crazy. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I have the box sitting here next to me. I did the mail call, and I put it out on Monday, and I'm supposed to do it, but I just know that it's going to take me, you know, it's a Philly minted box because it's coming from Maryland. I know it's going to be a haul because I kind of scrutinize all of my boxes, but the Philly ones definitely take longer. So I've kind of been putting it off just a little bit because I know it's going to be a longer hunt. But maybe at the end of the video, what I'll do is I'll go through my book, or the books, I should say. There's actually 4 of them to kind of show how stuff looks. But, I mean, I was going through it the other day, and I'm like, you got to be kidding. I think it's better than my personal book because I have always done, I do a good job of pulling stuff out. I just don't do a good job of putting it in my book per se. But with the state penny hunt, I've intentionally swapped them out as I find them. So if I find anything that's good, I check it against my book and on everything. And I would hedge to bet my state penny book's better than my personal book. $2. I think you made some money on that deal. What's the Cherrypicker say you can get for that? Thank you, Bowman. Have a wonderful afternoon. Appreciate you swinging by. Take care of your wife, and hopefully things go smoothly for you guys this week. Yeah, you don't have a cherry picker jacket. Neither do I. I actually was looking at it last night. I was like, you know what? I've got to get this. My problem is they don't have it as a book form right now. They only have it the digital version. And I'm not sure I want to have the digital version, but I actually had ordered the original version, and then that order got canceled because it was not in stock for the longest time. And then I pre-ordered the newer version, and again they canceled it because it sat in like pre-sale status forever. And so they just ended up canceling it. So I was actually looking at the digital version last night. I might just dive and get it so I have it. I think it'd be, you know, pretty useful. Unfortunately, Mad Stacker, we have not found any W's yet. But we're only like 10 rolls in, so I'm not shocked. Like I said, last night's box only yielded me the 1. That's one of the reasons why I've been so aggressive with quarters early this year, because I think they're going to dry up really fast. People say silvers are hard to find. I think W's are the new silver come 6 months from now. You'll be lucky to find a W I mean, I'm on silver. I think I average about. I'm above average right now, but I would say my average is 1 every 10 boxes, or it's my historic average. But the W's were about 1 a box, or actually it was closer to 1.5 a box, I think, but they're quickly moving closer to 1, if not under 1. Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't really read into it. I actually have it up on my screen. I don't know if the digital, whether it, when you buy it, whether you're able to upgrade it, or whether it's just a digital version of that current book. So I wanted to look into it because the new book's coming out soon, I think. And so I don't want to buy the digital version of the old book if they're going to have a new book and a new digital version come out, unless they're saying you can get the newer digital version, or whether the digital kind of stays up to date. Wasn't sure how that worked. So I'm hoping to find out more about that before I pull the trigger. Because, yeah, of course, the prices change. It's the name of our hobby. Everything's ever changing based upon what's out there or what's not out there. I'm telling you, I think someone sprayed Febreze all over these quarters, unless they came from a laundromat. It's the most bizarre thing I think I've ever smelled in my life doing quarters. Yeah. You might be finding are you finding these in circulation, or are you picking up at the stores? Because finding a buffalo in a store based on the year shouldn't be too hard, I wouldn't think. Quarter might be a little tougher. 30s quarters I know are a little bit harder to find. I actually got myself, I don't know why I did it, but I did. I got myself 2 boxes of dimes today. So, well, I know why I did it. I did it because everybody and their brother right now is hunting dimes, and everybody's finding silver. And I was like, dude, you got to be kidding me. How is everybody finding silver? And, you know, why is everybody hunting dimes? They're painful. But couldn't miss out on the action, so I caved. Yeah, I wasn't sure how. Coin shops, I don't have much near me. I actually went to my first one here last week. I was super disappointed. Shop was maybe the size of my closet, and the guy wasn't super helpful. And he didn't have really anything out. So it's like, okay, he's like, well, what are you looking for? Like, he wanted to pull out, I had specifically tell him what I was looking for. I'm like, just kind of wanted to look around. And then anything I ask him for, he's like, yeah, I don't have much of that. I don't have that. And I'm like, all right, trying to find a different shop. And then pawn shops, I haven't stopped at yet. Wasn't sure. Kind of heard stories of pawn shops that they're not necessarily the best places, but they can also be great places depending on how coin savvy or unsavvy they are. But I figured I might stop by some of them here too. Maybe that one's yucky. Pawn shops would certainly be a closer ride for me. The next closest coin shop for me is probably 45 minutes. There's not a whole heck of a lot in my area. I was really hoping that I'd be able to find a better shop. And then I don't know if you were on my stream the other day. This particular coin shop, the guy wanted 27 times face on junk silver. So, you know, not only did he not have much, but what he had, he wanted to murder you for. Oh, if you can pick up B Eagle Morgan for 35, 40 bucks, that's pretty solid. Take that all day long. One of the places that I buy, one of the estate auction guys that I deal with, he has some super solid relationships with pawn shops, and he basically will pick up big chunks at a pawn shop, and then he'll put them up on estate sales and just make a killing. So he's clearly able to find some pawn shops that are willing to work with him. I just haven't made the time to go out and shop them yet. Probably need to do that. But we'll add it to the list. There's always too much to do and not enough time to get it done in. This is about the most boring box of quarters that I've seen in a while. Wow. $98. I wish I had smell-o-vision for you guys, man. This would be, I'm telling you. I think it's from a closed laundromat. It's got to be. Just based upon this white gunk that I keep getting on some. You can see that I got them on here. Just the overall smell. It's weird. Wow, you found a 25 SLQ? That's amazing. You know, I watched him go through some rolls once, and I was surprised he found that because he goes through them. So, I mean, the quarters I watched him go through, it was like, he goes through them, almost pours them out of the rolls. He goes so fast. When he was hunting for W's, at least. I don't know if he hunts a little bit slower at other times, but I was blown away out that he went through, I don't know, probably 4 boxes in an hour and a half. But that's amazing. I've never found an SLQ. I'm happy to find silver, let alone an SLQ, man. That'd be crazy. But then again, I haven't found a Merc dime in a dime box either, so that's why, I mean, dimes are just not my friend, but I'm going to give it a whirl again, man. See if we can find something good today. Because, man, this other stuff has been tough on me this week and last week. It's been slow. I'm going to mix it up, see if we make things happen. Even the nickel box, I finally got circulated nickels, and my nickel box was pretty vanilla. I had a decent number of finds, but nothing special. Well, that's good to hear that he slows down for the halves. There's some people that blow through the halves. They're not even looking for any errors or varieties. And as stingy as silver can be sometimes, it certainly helps spread the wealth a little bit. It doesn't take that much extra time to check for varieties and errors. You might save yourself 15-20 minutes a box. But if you can find an error during that process, it certainly pays for the time. That being said, I don't find tons of errors, or as much as I probably should, simply because it takes a trained eye to catch most of them, and that takes time, I think. So I've been trying. I'm not sure if I'm just missing them, or whether my boxes just don't have them. Yeah, 72 Nic-A-Date. I mean, I'm telling you, people say, oh yeah, I think that someone was saying that Storm and CA found like 2 in 1 box a couple of weeks ago. I check them. They always have some. I mean, I found one last night that had about half a G. Had no F. But from my understanding, it can have maybe some baby raised elements, but if it's not pristine, it doesn't count. And I normally can look at them with my eyes, but then I always scope them. And every time I scope them, there's always something still there. So even if it looks good to the eye, your spirit gets crushed once it's under that scope. So do you rule hunt as well, Mikey, or you just cherry pick the shops? Oops. Oh, I thought that was my first W. It's just a dirty D. Yeah, I'm not surprising that the bank doesn't do halves. It takes time to kind of cozy up to them to do halves. And then even sometimes when you're cozy to them without a business account, it's that much more tough. I did a drive-through half hunt where I just swung by all of the banks basically as I was driving from one bank to another. There we go. First W. Let's see what we got. War in the Pacific, the one that I've got the most of, but I'll take it. It was a little dirty, but doing the drive-throughs was kind of fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't find a whole lot. I mean, it was just the one bank that I scored at, but talk about the thrill of the hunt where you're driving around asking and you find out they have halves and then you're pretty excited about it and then you get them and they're all clad and you're like, maybe the next one. But it was a fun afternoon, or I should say a couple hours. I actually was thinking about that in the car today. I think I'm going to do that about once a month or so, where I just run around for a couple hours and see if I can score any halves, talk to some of the other banks to see how nice the tellers seem, and go from there. Because actually the Bank of America, I had asked them to buy or to get me coin, and they said they couldn't. And then, so I went there and I just would get coins from them without quote unquote ordering them. And when I'm there, I always say, hey, do you guys have any halves? And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They normally have $5, $10 here, occasionally they'll have a dump from somebody. And I've actually taken them just to look-see. But when I was there last week, I said, hey, do you have any halves? And she's like, oh, no, you got the ones that I had, 2 days ago or whatever it was. She's like, do you know we can order those for you? I'm like, oh, you can? That'd be great. She's like, okay. She's like, how many do you want? So that's why I had her order for me. And then she ordered them. And when she ordered them, that's, the bank that I got the re-reps from. So not a great ending to that story. But I asked her today. I said, hey, can you order me some more? And she's like, okay. The girl that does that isn't here today, but I'll get a message to her. So I'm hoping I can get them to be nice enough to do that on a weekly basis. My fingers is crossed. So I've seen someone find is, I think, like 42. Yeah, I've seen some nice boxes. Rob, he had that monster box that he reposted from like a year and a half ago where he had something stupid like 100. But last week, I want to say it was, he had a box, or 2 weeks ago, he had a box that had 50 something in it. And Silver Metal had a box, I think 2 weeks ago now, that had I think it had 109 in it. It was like crazy. It was like silver sandwiches every other roll. It was crazy. No, that's not as nice as I thought it was. But yeah, my best box is a whopping 7. So I'd love to get a double-digit box. Oh, Mobile Coins has the COVID? Ooh, that's horrible. I'm telling you, man. You can be careful and you can still pick it up. This has been a mess of a couple of years here. Hopefully he recovers quickly. It seems that most people do pretty well, but it also seems to be really hit and miss on who it affects dramatically and who it doesn't. I mean, you see some of the news stories out there, they've got teenagers that have passed away from it. You wouldn't think that a teenager would struggle, but not sure how it picks. Yeah, I got it when that's probably not that surprising. Certainly going to be much more at an exposure risk by being in the hospital. But if you're there, not because you don't have another choice, it's, what are you going to do? Hopefully he recovers quickly. That's horrible. I'm going to have to ask tomorrow when I go back to this bank what business these came from, just out of curiosity, because they have a lot of them have like a little bit of like blue toning to them as well. I'm telling you, it's got to be a laundromat. Gotta. So you don't even have your driver's license yet? Wow. Yeah, having to take a driver's test certainly can't hurt to be. I mean, I'm in Scouts. I'm a Scout leader, and I've got a boy that's getting ready to cross over to Boy Scouts, and our meetings are virtual, but we've got some outdoor activities and some camping that are requirements to finish, and so I'm doing those as carefully as I can. But his mom said, "No, thank you. I'm not doing squat." A couple of no FGs recently. That's awesome, man. I found one, and actually the one I found was an 82. It wasn't even in the 72. I look, man. There's always something left. It's just as soon as you think you've got one, it's not. Maybe I'm being too strict because I know that Rob did a video at one point where he showed, and even the example from PCGS has slightly raised elements. But I feel like there's more than just raised elements, even in the better ones that I have. So I haven't officially found one yet. And you're 19 but busy. That's 3 years, dude. How busy Oh, you have no idea how busy you're gonna get. But I'll also say that kids nowadays, you don't gotta drive. I mean, you guys have Uber, you have, shared rides, you have buddies, you have a much easier way of getting around. It's no different than, even communicating with each other with cell phones compared to back in my day. You had to try to meet up at the mall and meet them at the fountain at 5:30, and if someone didn't show up, you didn't know how to find them. I know I'm aging myself, but that's the way it was. Yeah, no, I get it. You'd have to get it again. The thing is, though, from state to state, is I don't know how easy it is to get it up there, whether it's a pain in the butt or not, but when you move, it's a matter of just going to the DMV and saying, hey, I'm coming from this state, give me a new license. You don't have to go through the whole kit and caboodle again. It's not like you have to take the driver's test again and do all that kind of stuff. You just, I know that because I've moved around a bit and gotten some other driver's license. Actually, the funny story is I used to be in the travel business, and I was going down to Mexico for the summer, and I had just moved back. I had just moved up to Boston, and so my car had, what did I change? Okay, my car had Mass plates, but I still had a Florida driver's license because I hadn't changed it over yet. And I get pulled over, and the cop tells me, he cuffed me. He went through my whole car. I'm like, I don't know whether he thought I was drug smuggling or what, but then he proceeded to tell me that my driver's license wasn't valid. I'm like, what do you mean it's not valid? It's a valid driver's license. He's like, no, you've been in the state more than 30 days, so this is not a valid driver's license anymore, and doesn't match your tags. He's like, so I'm towing your car. So, sure enough, he towed my car. All the people that I knew in Boston were already down in Mexico. So I had nobody, and I was actually going over to my folks' house in New York. And so I had to call my folks and say, oh yeah, they didn't arrest me, but they took my car. Can you come get me? Because they're not going to give me my car back till I have somebody that has a valid driver's license to take it away. So they drove. They couldn't come to the next day, so I had to get in a hotel room, drive out to me, pick up my car. It was a mess, man. And then I get a summons to appear in court for driving without a license. It was like, I had to appear like 4 months later. By that point, I'd already moved back to Florida. I was like, forget this garbage, man. And so I had to fly up to go to court. And the judge is like, okay, have you fixed it? Do you have a Mass license yet? I'm like, nope. He's like, why not? I'm like, because as I explained to the officer, I just moved here and I've actually already moved back. And I have after I got the ticket, I had gotten a Mass license, and I've moved back, and then I've already gotten a back to a Florida driver's license since then. He's like, this is ridiculous. Threw the whole thing out. I was like, what a joke. So that was a far from fun experience, to say the least. So what do you do to find out more about school, Mikey? I'm assuming with it being March, that you're probably not going to start until summer semester at the earliest. Or fall. But my niece is in school right now, but all her stuff's, even though she actually is on campus, but all her stuff's virtual. She actually could have stayed at home if she wanted to. She's trying to still have quote unquote the college experience, but so she's at where her school is at versus where she lives with my brother, but so you'll start in August. That's cool. Now, is your degree going to be a 4-year degree, or is it a shorter one? I actually had a roommate when I was in college that he took turf grass management. He wanted to be a pro at a golf course, and his degree was only 2.5 years, I think, to get his full degree. So I know that there's some variance, especially nowadays, quite frankly. Oh, there we go. First foreign. I forget what this one's called. I want to say I think it's 5 centésimos. It's from Panama. It's not a Balboa. It's got that bridge on the back. That's a pretty cool find. It's worth about 50 cents, I think. Found about 4 of these so far. Man, these are the weirdest quarter. I'm telling you, I think it's fabric softener, maybe. Let's go W's. I hope so, man. We got, I don't know if you were here, we've got the one, Warm Pacific. So we scored one. No silver or anything too exciting yet, though. I got my one for the box, so I mean, theoretically speaking, I could find nothing else and kind of not be mad at the box. But I'd certainly love to squeak another couple W's out of here. I tell you, I'm kind of disappointed in that Holes box. I don't know what it is, but I think that Holes box is uncirculated. And I think one of those uncirculated boxes from what I've seen has 20 W's in it, so I'm probably going to be far of what I was really hoping to find today. But, we'll take what we can get. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll tell you, if you can bang out some of those easier courses before you get into what I call big boy school. I wish that when I went to school, I would have kind of done, like a community college standpoint for the first couple of years, because that first couple of years is a lot of fluff. And it's just to kind of expand you and grow you into a human being a little bit, but it's far cheaper, man, if you can go that route. So many kids these days are just buried in debt coming out of school. Every little bit helps, that's for sure. So not a bad plan, my friend. Not a bad plan. So is that a competitive career path? I mean, I would think that it's fairly specific, and there's a set number of people that niche down to that type of career path, or is because it is so niche, it's not really crazy competitive because the people that want to do it do it. Mint Miser, welcome to the chat, my friend. I'm still sitting on your penny box if you're asking. I know it's going to be a longer hunt, so I have set it down next to me on my desk, and I know I got to get to it, but I know with it being a Philly box, it's going to take me a while, so because I try to scrutinize those to squeeze every ounce of possible finds out of it before I dispose of it. And you know what? I'm going to ask you, because you'll know, because I meant to look it up. What's it cost to send the box with that bubble mailer? I want to say it's like $8, but I could be wrong. Jaji, welcome, my friend. The reason why I asked is I was kind of surprised that you sent the box in that bubble mailer. But that being said, I was shocked at how great the box came out. I mean, because I get I normally ship mine like I shipped it to you in a medium box because it's clearly too big for the small. But they just toss those around like they're playing football with them or something, and they always get to me mushy. And I mean, I actually had a box show up, and it was the box inside the box was broken. So I think that they tend to be a little more delicate with the padded envelope. So I think it was a great idea, especially if you're sending one box. And I actually think it's cheaper too. Yeah, it's like $7-8. That's right. Okay. I got to send a couple of boxes out to someone today. I'm going to see if I can fit 2 in there. I know it's a little aggressive, but I'm going to see if I'm not sure if it's going to be 2, if the mouth is not going to close because of the width, but I want to see. I'm just curious. I mean, I'm blown away at how nice that box made it in that mailer. And, you know, that's like half the price. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I did that one video because, you know, USPS, man, they are rough on their packages. And I think that once they get those flat rate, especially with us putting the pennies in them, because that's heavy. I mean, it's, you know, if you do a single box, it's still 14 pounds. And if you don't put something on the sides, then the box can bounce around. And I always tape them really good, so I'm not really overly concerned about losing anything. It's just they're going to show up in weird condition. But I'm telling you, that bubble mailer, I really think is the way to go. When you send them like, holy crap, you sent this in a bubble mailer. I'm like, oh my gosh, the box doesn't even have a dent on it. So I think because it's not in the box, they don't toss it around as much, especially with it being a little heavier, that they actually just kind of move it around. And I think it's the way to go. I really do. I was shocked. I mean, I don't know that I would have tried to begin with, but now that I've seen it, I'm like, I think I might do that in the future. I think that's the way to go. So you started a new trend, my friend. Oh, is it Suzy Q? I was in what was it? I want to say Paw Stream or Baseman Stream. Somebody's stream. Did she do that auction last night? Because she came in and apologized for, maybe it was Baseman, or streaming at the same time he was, and he's like, no, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But she said that she had a car wreck, I guess. I'm not familiar with her. But if somebody, I think, is that why Muscle Shell was trying to sell instruments last night? He did an auction. I think he came in and was going to do an auction on, or maybe give away an instrument. I don't know. It was a weird night last night, that's for sure. But if someone donated to help her out, I mean, I'm telling you, this community is amazing. It really is. It's, you know, there's some good people in it. You know, it's nice to see humans help each other out for once. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard her say when she came in. I'm not familiar with her, so I was kind of blind to it all, but I'm glad that she was able to hang on to her collection. That would stink. I mean, nothing worse than having to give up something you've collected for so long. I know that I'd have a difficulty doing it, but I also know that when you come on tough times, you do what you got to do as well. So I'm glad that someone's able to help her out. So Mint Miser, did you finish that quarter box the other night? I know that you were going through it. I think you had about 5 or 10 rolls before I had to leave and turn in for the night. Did you get through all of it? Welcome back, Bowman. Yeah, and Mad Stacker, that is a Panama coin. It's not a Balboa. It's the one with the bridge on the back. I forget what it's called. I'm not going to try to hack it up, but I think it's 5 centesios. I think is what it is, the denomination of it. but the backside looks like the Panama or the Balboa. It looks very similar to that, but instead of having the guy, it's got that bridge. It's about, like I said, the third or fourth time I think I found that one. Still a fun find, though. Yeah, you and me both, Mint Miser. I mean, I swear to God, that's why I'm hunting these customer apps today. Is I went back to the bank yesterday. I was there. It was a Bank of America that finally ordered boxes for me for the first time, because I was in there asking for halves the other day. Just loose, because it was after I did the drive-through. I was hitting up some of my banks again, and she's like, when I asked for it, she's like, we can order those for you. I'm like, you can? I'm like, that'd be amazing. I said, order me a couple of boxes then, please. And I went to go pick them up yesterday actually, I just went into the bank yesterday, and the truck was there as I was pulling up. And he had halves, he had quarters, he had dimes, all in a cart that he took in. And I saw the box with the holes in the bottom, and that's always been where I've gotten the unks from. And so I was like, yes. So I said, I want that holy quarter box, is what I said to her when she went to go get the halves. And she brought out a different box, and I wasn't going to complain. So I was like, I'll just get it tomorrow. So the halves she gave me were rewraps that had been turned into the truck company. The truck company just passed them off again. One was in customer wrap rolls. The other was bank wraps that had been opened on one end and searched and then dumped back in and, taped back up in a box. So that was mildly disappointing. And the quarters were just plain old quarters. And so I went back today, and she's like, I don't have the box. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have the box? I saw it yesterday. She's like, I gave it to you. I'm like, you didn't give it to me. So I don't know if she's holding out because they're short on change, but this is, let's see here. This is box 55 for the year, and I have not scored an uncirculated box yet. So my odds have not been great on finding uncirculated boxes for sure. Yeah, that sucks. Someone coming in and stealing your halves and then taking them right back. What a bummer, man. That would send me over the edge. I mean, the fact that you have to order them, you think that they would, I mean, unless you had, not picked up for a couple of weeks or something weird like that. You don't think they would do you like that, but I know how it goes sometimes. Yeah, no, I agree. They really shouldn't. I mean, I would say the same thing, being like, dude, I order these every week for a reason. It's not like, I mean, I could understand maybe with the quarters or the dimes that they've got another customer that needs change, but I don't see anybody needing halves per se unless they have a specific reason. And if they've taken the time and energy to order it, you shouldn't be giving them to somebody else. That someone else is just taking advantage of the opportunity. By the way, it wasn't me. But if I could get a couple of rolls and they'd give them to me, I'd probably take them too. But that'd be bad karma, wouldn't it? That being said, I've never scored a box at a bank that I did not order from that was not rewraps. But I take rewraps anyways, because what I like to do is, it's good for the bank. It makes you feel like you're helping them out, because a lot of them just let it sit in their vault because they don't want to pay to get rid of it. And my dump bank is used to me dumping bags of coins on them, so I just take it and break it and check for varieties. And one of the rewraps that I got earlier this year, it was a person that hadn't even really opened them. They were just slicing the sides open, and they missed a walker and a 40 because the edges really weren't as telling as they should have been. So, just never know. Yeah, if they've actually opened them, it's if they miss silver, that's just sad. But I've got a guy here. I've picked up, I don't know, probably 4 of his boxes this year. That he slices the sides open, and they're always bricks that I get from him. But my guess is he weighs them, because the top row is always not touched. The bottom row, every one of them is sliced open. So he's slicing them open and edge hunting. So I'm guessing he weighs them first, so that way he can bring the box back to the bank like it's, you know, a good box, because they don't see all the slices because those are in the second row. And that's how he turns them back into them. But he slices open the bottoms, and they're always a brick, and they're always the box. Instead of saying 500 and halves on the outside, he turns the box inside out and turns them in as a brown box. So as soon as they hand me a brown box, I'm like, I know exactly what this is, and every time it is. And the last box I picked up of his, there was a 73 DDO and a 72 DDO in that box. No silver, but still stuff. Yeah, the weight. I haven't got into the weighing simply because I kind of like the thrill of the hunt. If you weigh it, I feel like that's just taking some of the excitement out of the hunt. Not that it always tells, but because, I mean, I think I've seen people that have weighed and expected to find something and didn't find something, and people that say, oh, this is regular weight and it's got a silver in it. So I don't know that there's a huge advantage, besides it's just another way to try to guess before you open it. I just like to get into it, start hunting. I don't normally even scrutinize the rolls too heavily for any denomination for enders. And then I'm like, I open up a roll, I'm like, wow, that was an ender. I think the place to find your silvers, though, another nice 84, is catching it at the pass, man, getting it before it gets in, before it actually gets into the roll, is what I think. That's why I want to try to start doing my drive-throughs once a month or so. There wasn't many people on the stream that I did. It was maybe, I don't know, a week ago. But one of the banks that I didn't even know was there, that I stopped by after that drive-through video. I stopped by and I said, "You guys have halves?" He's like, "I don't have any, but I'll check with the other teller." And then he came back and she's like, "She's got half. She's got, I think she had $70 worth." I'm like, "That's perfect. I'll take them." She's like, "Well, you aren't to come in. You can't. I'm not gonna. I think it'll get stuck in the drive-through." I'm like, "I'll come in." So I came in, and when I came in, I saw her sitting there, and next to her was a tube. I was like, "She's got tubed coin. You know, this is amazing. She's gonna give me tubed coin." She did. She gave, of the 70, five of them were in tubes. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." It was all plaid. I don't know who tubes. They're old 50s clad, man, but or they're the old 70s, I should say, because they were all like 72 to 79. It was all clad, no airs or varieties, no nothing. I was like, I got some free tubes out of the deal. But when I saw them, I was just drooling. I was like, "This is going to be awesome. I'm going to walk out to the car. I'm going to have 5 rolls of silver." Not my day. I'm going to have one of those days, though. I mean, it's if you get out there enough, even a blind pig can find an acorn occasionally. So I'm just waiting for my day. Come on. Don't you hate it when one of them goes sideways and they want to come back? Like I said before, I do not miss re-rolling. But if this gets me that box with the holes in the bottom, I'll do it. I'll probably get it and it'll be circulated. But I don't know what it is, man. Any of the uncirculated boxes I've got had the holes in the bottom. And I don't see them that often. So that's what, clues me into they're coming from a different source. I forgot. Did yours have the holes in the bottom, Mintmeister, the one that you did this week? $300 a good deal for a mixed roll of proof silver state quarters. It might be a little high. I want to say you probably want to be closer to 200 and change, but I know spots have gone up a bit. I want to say they were, let's see, you're saying a mixed roll. Generally, those state quarters sell pretty close to spot. So you're talking, they're going to have a premium, a slight premium because they're going to be in good condition, but spot on those is going to be like 160, 70. No, it's not. It's a little higher than that because I'm thinking 40s. So it's 5. Spot's going to be like $200. So 300 would be a little high, I think. Ah, it was a different box. Okay. See, mine all seem to be the ones with the holes in the bottom. I don't know if it's, and it says quarters on it, whereas, all of my boxes they're brown and they have the orange 500 and quarters on it, whereas this one says quarters, 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 quarters. Yeah, I'd probably want to see those, maybe 250 if you're really loving the way that it works out, but I want to say that earlier in the year when spot wasn't quite as high, I saw Yankee Stacker. He bought, I think, a tube for $190, and so they'll be a little bit higher than that. I don't know if I'd want to go too much higher than 125 or 150. But if you're getting a mix and if they're all in great shape, which they tend to be, but yeah, spot on that's going to be closer to 200 versus 300. And if it's around 200 and change, I don't want to pay $100 premium. Yeah, if you're on Atmos, you're definitely gonna they're definitely gonna charge you a premium. Check with if you are going to your local coin shops, check with them, because one of the things that Yankee Stacker said was they get these and they just have to sit on them because no one really buys them. Because it's not quote unquote junk silver, but it will be priced comparable to junk silver. And the thing he likes about it is because they're all essentially brand new, because they're going to be in mint states. They don't have any wear, so you're not losing any silver to wear. So you're actually likely to get the most metal or weight from that at a junk silver price. Because, if you get yourself, that doesn't have as much numismatic value as like an SLQ or something like that, but from a weight standpoint, if you're just stacking, you'll actually get more metal out of the silver quarters. So white. It's weird. It feels weird. I'm hanging on to that one. That one seems weird to me for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. Man, I would like to see another W before I end this box. I was telling you guys that customer wrap rolls were better to me, and this box has not been the case. Barely squeaked that one out. How many did you end up getting out of that box? Yeah, I think you said had 7 on your own, and then I know that some people were getting rolls, and you found one when I saw you going through it, but you still had some more to go. Based upon some of the numbers I've seen out of Unks, I mean, I haven't scored well out of the Unks. My best Unk box had 7 in it. They certainly had more than the average. My average now is down to probably 1, but at the time it was probably like 2 or 3 when I found the Unk boxes. But I mean, these guys that are getting 20, 30 a box drive me bonkers, man. I'm like, where are they finding these boxes at? I was surprised your number wasn't higher because your number was pretty close to where mine was. So I'm assuming you probably ended up with, what, 10 out of that box? Oh, you got 18 total. So you still swamped me, man. Telling you. Oh, speak of the devil. Got ourselves another W, and she's pretty too. Got the privy. Salt River Bay. W number 2. But the difference, I mean, my best is the maybe it was 12. I'd have to go back. It was last year that I had the uncirculated boxes. 7 sticks in my head for some reason. Oh, look at that. Same roll, another W. And this one's the Memorial Park. Sweet, I love this roll. Are we gonna have some last row luck here? All right, well, I got at least a couple of you guys still in here. I wanna try something real quick. I took 2 out of there, so let's get 2 quarters here. I want to go to so I want to try this. Well, I've got you guys. I don't even know how this works. Let's see, channel members. We'll do a keyword. We're going to do anti-spam. So how do you do that? Enter. Why didn't it do that automatically? That's weird. Maybe it's different. I don't know. Let's see if that populates. I'm going to give you guys a chance to put that in. I'll see if something pops up here, and I don't know. I'm still learning, guys. So if you enter exclamation mark, GAL1 is the keyword that I used. We'll give away one of these W's, and we'll finish these last couple of rolls, but I want to see how this works, because I'm still figuring stuff out. Ah, we found a lurker. How did you, Dubs? Knew there was a couple of you guys out there. Mint Miser, you still with us? I think G-Dubs is always lurking in the background. But then again, I do too, because I tend to hunt coin while I'm listening. I like the background noise. So if I'm not streaming, I'm normally lurking someplace. Because as they say, silence is deafening. Welcome, Deborah. Just in time. Now, hopefully this thing works the way that I think it's supposed to work. Stop. All right, I'm going to give you one more minute while I'm re-rolling this roll. If you're out there, Mint Miser, get your number in there, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to do a new way. But I'm going to try this way because this is something that I've semi-set up, and I think it'll work. Has the users over here. I don't know how it works, but I also don't know where it's going to display the winnings. So that's why I'm using you guys as my guinea pigs. All right, I'm going to finish this roll and then I'm going to roll them. Maybe we'll find another W in the process. But I'm shocked that one roll had 2 in it. That's crazy. All right. So, Deborah Waltz was timed out by Notbot for 5 seconds. What did you do, Deborah? Are you being naughty again? We'll give you the 5 seconds you can talk. I don't know what you said or what you did. I wasn't paying attention, but you must have been being bad. Because my Nightbot doesn't like you for some reason. Does anybody see what she said that got her in trouble? Oh, it was a wave. How dare you wave in my chat? It's funny. I don't know how it dictates that. Like I said, I'm still getting this. That's funny. I guess there's no waving allowed in here, I guess. That's funny. I'll have to look and see. It's probably the way that, like it's doing the spam filter or whatever. I mean, like I said, you better watch out, John. You might get banned for that. Oh, that's funny. Did you get in the giveaway, Mint Miser? Because I'm getting ready to roll it. See, you didn't get banned yet, but G-Dubs did. What did you say? You got Jaji here throwing up all kinds of stuff and doesn't get in trouble, but you did? Oh, it must be the waves. You can play music, you just can't do waves, I guess. Mint Miser, put in exclamation mark GAW1. And then we'll roll it. Perfect. All right. All right, let's roll this and let's see if this actually works or not. And like I said, I don't know where it's going to pop up, but we'll find out here. 3, 2, 1, and roll it. And nothing happened. Let's try it again. Mint Miser. Hopefully you didn't mute yourself again. You have to put a message in there, my friends. Oh, there he goes. So it does put it in the chat. That's nice to see. It's nice 82. All right, sir. Shoot me an email. I've got War in the Pacific. I've got Assault River Bay, and I've got an AMP. Shoot me an email and let me know which one of those 3 you would like, and I will get it out to you. All right, we've got 3 more rolls after this one. Do you know which one you want, Mint Miser? We've got War in the Pacific, Salt River Bay, and AMP. And let me see if this works. I set this at point email. Ah, it did work. Sweet. See, I'm figuring this stuff out. I'm smarter than I look. All right, that one is yours. We've got these 2 left. Once we finish these 3 rolls, give away another one. Why not, right? I appreciate you guys swinging by today and spending some time with me. I'll still be 1 W ahead, even if I give away 2 of them, right? Who knows, maybe we'll find another one before it's all said and done. Wow, that's a weak strike. I'm telling you, I think Deborah's just naughty because Jaji's been going crazy in here with his music and his loud music and running across the yard and clapping and smiling, and the night bot doesn't mind him. She's testing her luck again. Watch this. See, we get some last 2 rolls luck here. We got one after this. These rolls are the smelliest rolls I've ever hunted in my life. I will tell you that, though. I'm telling you, these definitely 100% came from a laundromat. Maybe a car wash. But I would pick car mat. Or laundromat. Car mat. I thought that was going to be a W. Look how pretty that War in the Pacific is. Thought for sure. It's a Denver. Ah ha ha ha. My Nightbot's getting you all. See, it didn't get Deborah that time, though. It got Judgy, man. Not quite sure how it picks. I'm not sure how it picks who it wants. Maybe it's the loudest at the particular time. Still don't like G-dubs, though. I clearly will have to check that setting to find out why it's not liking you guys, because that's too crazy. That's funny. Because God forbid I find something, people might want to put an emoji in there and everybody gets banned. That makes one of you guys. That's funny. Alrighty. Does not. Ooh, I want that one now. Let's bring it. We did not get any last roll luck, but I got 2 W's. Is there anybody besides Mikey Bauman, Deborah, G-Dubs, or Jaji out there that is not already entered? Let me see on my other screen. See if we have possible lurkers. Nope, that's the wrong one. I don't even know where my stuff's at. Close this. Check that. Nope. Not that I see. Oops, that's the wrong one. Alrighty. I don't see any other lurkers out there. Yeah, he doesn't have to. He's still in the giveaway though. We've got, like I said, we've got Mikey, Bauman, Deborah, G-Dubs and Jaji, and I know you guys are here, so he can be timed out and still win, I think, or unless we want to wait till he chats to make sure it doesn't seem that it is coming from the same bot. Might not pick him because he's timed out. Naughty G-Dubs. Oh, he's got a 60-second timeout. He's really naughty. Well, the first time you guys got timed out, it was just 5 seconds. But this one, let me see if I can... There's not like a button. Oh, 600 seconds. What? So where are the timeouts on these things? Timers, maybe? Spam protection. We'll disable the emoji, excessive emoji. Excessive. We'll disable that. All right, I've turned off the filters for emojis. Ah, crapola. Keyword. I don't have a keyword anymore. Everybody chat in the chat. You can type anything you want. But when I clicked over to the spam protection, it cleared my list. So you get a 10-minute timeout and I can't even untime him out? How long? That's ridiculous. How does that make any sense at all? Let me see if I can... I'm afraid to chat. I turned off the emoji thing, so it shouldn't ban you for emojis anymore. You can talk and emoji your little heart out and you shouldn't get banned, but I don't know. I clearly need to get in here a little deeper and find out how the darn thing works. Dashboard. Let me see if it says in here. Recent timeouts. How do you untime out somebody, though? Oh, he put a bunch of bombs in there. That's what he got banned for. For the 600 timeouts was he did 7 bombs in a row. What a naughty boy. Let me see. If I do... Yeah, I have no idea. I'll have to look at this, how it works, because on here, it doesn't even I don't even know how to time somebody out, let alone untime somebody out. But every time I switch off of this giveaways, I lose my list. They look like bombs on the thing that I had. Maybe they were a thumbs down. Who knows? This Nightbot. Oh, you know what I might be able to do? I actually don't know if that's set up yet. I might be using the wheel next time. The wheel I think is more fun than this, with this being temperamental like that. The only thing nice is that it does pop things in there, but until I figure it out, we're not going to be doing that. Active LRH within past, yes. See, it doesn't allow me to add people to my list either, eligible users. Bauman, Mikey, Jaji, type something, anything. I'm gonna get in. I'll be let me see here. I'll go back to my other screen. I'll be G-Dubs. Am I in? Doesn't let me enter my own contest. How lame is that? Let me see here. That's craziness. All right. Bauman's in, Deborah's in, Mikey's in, Jaji's in, J-Dubs is not in, and I can't enter him in. Do we have any other lurkers out there that want in? Did the symbol only work? I'm not sure what the... Yeah, the symbol worked. You got entered in. Everybody's in, but G-Dubs at this point, and I wish I knew how to undo him, and I tried to enter, and it's not letting me enter, so... That's what he gets for being naughty, I guess. So, you got a 1 in 4 chance of winning! And we're going to roll it again and see what happens. Hopefully you guys don't get banned when I roll this. And the winner is Deborah. All right, Deborah, shoot me an email. Oops. Shoot me an email of your information. I've got a Salt River Bay and an AMP left. You can have either one, and I will get it out to you. I appreciate everybody swinging by today. Did I not mark this one yet? Nope. It was a lot of fun. I'm still trying to figure stuff out because, of course, I don't want people to get banned during a real live stream where I'm trying to actually do something versus just goofing around. So, morning, Muscle Shell. But clearly, I've got some stuff to learn. Seeing that J-Dubs is still in La La Land. But I had fun. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the fact that we found some W's and we were able to give some... Oh, there he is! Welcome back from purgatory. That's crazy. I don't know what the gig was. I also don't. I looked in there. I couldn't figure out how to unblock you. So I clearly have some more reading to do to figure out how this works, or I'm not going to use it because that's not cool. Yeah, my bot's a little strong. So we'll figure it out. But again, I appreciate you guys stopping by and visiting me today and chatting. It was fun. But I am going to get these wrapped up. I'm going to run my P.O. box before I got to pick my little ones up from school. So I appreciate it again. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll catch you guys on the next hunt.